Black Myth Wukong is undoubtedly one of the most versatile games when it comes to combat gameplay, and it only becomes more unique when you factor in the mythical armor that the endgame offers. In this video, I want to give you all a comprehensive guide to master the mythical armor sets in Black Myth Wukong. Now, while there are plenty of armor sets in this game, I won't be covering all of the armor, mostly the lower tier, less useful armor, as I wouldn't really recommend high level combat with them. This includes armor sets like the folk opera armor that only increases will gain when killing enemies, and something like the insect armor set, which only increases medicine effects. Also, if you guys haven't already, make sure to check out my combat guide, as many of the combos and combat gameplay can be mastered from that video. Without further ado, let's get into some of my favorite mythical combat styles in Black Myth Wukong. Here's how each build will be broken down. First, I'm going to explain the armor set benefits and effects. Next, I'm going to explain which staffs pair with each armor set and why. Then I'll be talking about the spirit and vessel skill recommendations. Then I'll be going over the Curios, and finally, the combat guide with some gameplay. Now, this game can be played however you want, so please take my advice as a recommendation. And if you have some more interesting ways to mix up these builds, let me know in the comments down below. If you guys like these videos, make sure you like, comment, subscribe. I appreciate all the help that you guys have been giving me, but let's get into it. The first mythical build that we are going to cover is the Wukong build. This armor set will grant you increased critical hit chance after casting a spell and reduces spell cooldown after a critical hit. Mastering this armor set will include mastering the usage of your spells and maximizing on critical hit damage potential. The armor set also provides you with the hard-hitting Wukong stance, which we will be utilizing in combat. We will be of course pairing the armor set with the Jingu Bong, granting us the ability to retain the 4th focus point without depletion and grant us the Wukong combo set. For our spirit, I personally recommend the Earth Wolf, granting us faster focus regeneration, or the Turtle Treasure, granting us bonus damage to charge heavies, using 3 or more focus points. Next, for the vessel, I paired the Weaver's Needle for additional crit hit chance and damage. Finally, for the Curios, I'd recommend anything that increases critical hit chance, critical hit damage, or focus generation. Moving on to the combat, we want to prioritize charging our focus as fast as possible in order to use our fully charged heavy attack. We do this by immobilizing and staff spinning our enemies to charge our focus. After we have built 4 focus points, we want to create space and use our charged heavy safely. Doing this will also activate the secret Wukong stance. The animation is quite long and you can actually get hit during it, so be careful. After we have changed stances, our goal is to repeat the same process over and over, dealing insane damage with our charged heavies. This is one of my favorite armor sets in the game. It has nice combat and satisfying mechanics, while also providing nice damage. This armor set is comfortable for those players that like playing aggressively, and also know how to conserve focus for those crucial moments. The second armor set we will be covering is one of my personal favorites because it just looks the coolest, is the Yaksha Rage Mythical Armor set. This armor set stacks increased damage when at low HP, with increasing damage for damage dealt. This armor set is only for the truly mastered players of Black Myth Wukong. You can only take 1 or 2 hits with this armor, and for some bosses, you're kind of just asking to rage. While I'm not the biggest user of Pillar Stance, this armor set also increases the damage done with Pillar Stance's Sweeping Gale and Turning Gale. Not only are you a damage sponge, but you also are forced to master the game's most difficult stance, the Pillar Stance. Truly a god build. Now, the staff we are going to pair with this armor set is going to be the Dark Iron Staff. The Dark Iron Staff considerably increases attack based on defense, giving this armor set an insane buff. Next, for the spirit, you kind of just want anything that increases damage. If you want to, you can choose the Mad Tiger, which increases damage in exchange for health. But here I went with the safe option, the Civet Sergeant, which moderately increases attack with no debuffs. Next, we're going to pair this with the Weaver's Needle just for some critical hit chance and critical hit damage. For the Curios, you guys can either choose health or attack. In this case, I am choosing the White Seashell Waist Chain, which slightly increases attack. If we can get any more damage, we need it. Unique to this armor set, I would say that choosing Spellbinder is a great choice for this armor, as you will see, this further increases the damage, making sure that you do an insane amount of damage. Getting into the combat, I must stress again that this combat comes with high skill. Perfect dodging, seeing through enemies, and timing essential damage windows with an enemy moveset is key to dealing the most damage possible. You can also pair this armor set with the Curios that enhances your Shadow Step ability. Shadow Step in this case can be used as a get out of jail free dodge being able to cancel combat animations. This is a very skilled armor set that rewards skillful playstyles, but is still a very viable one. Third, we have the Mythical Iron Tough Armor set, utilizing the Rock Solid spell. The Iron Tough Armor set grants massive focus upon successful Rock Solid parries and reduces its own cooldown upon successful deflection. So you're basically rewarded just for using the Rock Solid spell itself. For the staff we will pair with this armor set is going to be the Spike Shooting Fubon staff. Now the reason we're going to pair it with this armor set is because of the critical hit chance, giving us plus 25%. Now we need this for our 3 to 4 point heavies, as they will do insane damage. For this armor set, we will be mostly using 3 to 4 point charged heavies, so I like to pair this armor set with the Spirit Turtle Treasure. For the vessel, I like to use the Weaver's Needle for stacked critical damage, or the Fan for stun locking the boss. Lastly, for the Curios, I like to pair the increased critical hit damage and increased critical hit chance. I love to pair this armor set with the Ring of Fire spell, as it just grants you more health and more defense when you're trying to get up close and use those rock solids. In my personal opinion, Ring of Fire is better than Immobilize with this armor set. Shifting over to the combat mechanics, the Iron Tough armor set demands precise usage of the Rock Solid spell, so make sure you have your enemy's moveset memorized. Upon successful Rock Solid deflections, you are granted massive focus. Capitalize on the focus gained, as the critical hits will rely on your charge focused attacks. Whether you are a fan of the Rock Solid spell or not, I strongly urge you to try this Mythical Armor set out. It's a refresh in the combat, and it can surprise you with its damage potential. Fourth, we have the Pilgrim's Mythical Armor set. The Pilgrim's Mythical Armor set is extremely fun, granting you speed and additional benefits while sprinting. The full armor set moderately increases sprint speed, increases focus gained while sprinting, and rewards you with bonus damage the longer you sprint. To add on to that, the Pilgrim's Headband allows you to heal while sprinting. We will pair this armor set with the Jinjumong staff, as it allows you to store the 4th focus point, which we will be getting very fast anyways. For my spirits, vessels, and Curios, we will sort of use the ones that we've been using this whole entire episode, like critical hit chance and damage, as well as focus regeneration. You can kind of play how you want. This is your playstyle. To navigate the combat within the Mythical Armor set, we need to capitalize on effects of sprinting. Sprinting will be used for increasing focus and or charging heavy attacks, as well as increasing damage. This combat style is a bit different than any other combat style, because we won't be in close combat all the time, doing crazy parries and dodges, but rather using the armor set to increase the speed and explosive damage. This armor set is very fun to use, and I urge you to try it out. The next armor set is everyone's favorite, the Bull King Mythical Armor set. Now, when I first played around with this armor, I was slightly confused. The description of the armor set reads, "The Bull King armor grants moderate focus upon taking damage if the destined one is under the effect of tenacity. Upon taking damage, temporarily you are granted moderate defense. It also disables perfect dodges but grants tenacity when health is above half." Now it says health is below half here, but I'm pretty sure that's just a bad translation. Now, what the hell is tenacity? Well, tenacity is the name of the ability to disable staggers. As you are getting hit, your character will not be stopped by an enemy's attack. We will talk more in depth about this, but let me explain which staff we are going to pair. Obviously, here it's the Dark Iron staff for more damage based on defense, as the Bull King armor set is the second highest rated armor in terms of defense. You can also use the Spike Shooting Fubon staff for healing. That being said, we will pair the armor set with the Spirit Wandering Right, further increasing defense. For the Curios, we will be using the Golden Spiked Plate, increasing defense and dealing damage upon taking hits. You can choose the rest of your Curios to your liking, but I personally recommend the Curios that allows you to do more damage after seeing through enemies. For the vessel, we will be using the Wind Tamer for more defense and damage reduction. Lastly, the spell I will be choosing is the Ring of Fire. This will give you heals, focus, and mana while in combat. Now, for the most important part, the combat. This armor set has an extremely aggressive and combo heavy playstyle. Using tenacity, we are able to ignore enemies' attacks, giving us more forgiveness on combo windows. The Bull King armor set allows users to dish out endless combos without worrying about enemies' attacks. My recent combo guide will be extremely helpful for this armor set, so if you haven't seen it, please check it out. This armor is extremely fun to play with, but make sure to keep an eye on your health, as sometimes tenacity can give you more confidence than you should really have. For the last armor set, we have the Mythical Golden-Embroidered Armor set. This armor set is very different than the other armor sets because it focuses on spirit and vessel skills. This armor set gives you increased damage after using a spirit or vessel skill, along with chi upon critical hits. What chi does is it reduces the cooldown of your spirit and vessel skills, essentially charging them up. Pair this armor set with the spirit of your liking and the plantain fan for a truly overpowered armor set. I will pair this armor set with the tri-point double-edged spear for its unique ability to shoot out swords from a forceful thrust attack. What this does is it grants potential spirit and vessel cooldown for every single sword thrown at your enemy from your forceful thrust attack. And as you can see, it's a lot of swords. During combat, we will use the plantain fan to stun lock the boss. Use this time to either attack the enemy with as many hits as possible to charge up your chi, or use spirit skills to build up damage. Stacking the mythical Golden-Embroidered Armor set with the spirit and vessel skills is the core to this build. Time your combat correctly and see how overpowered this build really is. Alright guys, that is going to be it for this video of Black Myth Wukong. I hope you enjoyed. I want to hear it. I want to know what builds you guys have in store. I know there's a lot of one-shot builds out there, and there's a lot of builds with duplicates. So let me know what you guys think in the comments below. But yeah guys, if you guys like this video, make sure you like, comment, subscribe. I appreciate the support on the channel lately and helping me to get to 1,000 subscribers. I appreciate it. Yeah guys, see you guys next one. Peace.